I'm standing in front of 154 East Park Avenue in Long Beach, what used to be called Mystic Psychic. I think they went out of business this week and there's a new company there, but why am I here? Because of this week's Parsha. There are a couple of mentions of psychic issues in the Parsha in the beginning. Paro has these dreams, he's confounded by the dreams, and he calls up the magicians, the mystics, the psychics, and he doesn't like their answer. And then he calls up out of jail. He hears that there's a Hebrew languishing in jail from the Sarah Mashkim, from the wine steward. And he calls up Yosef, and Yosef interprets his dreams in a way that he appreciates. And then later on in the Parsha, the Medrash tells us that Yosef looks into his crystal ball, pretending to be a idolater, and he sits the brothers in order of their birth, in a banquet in his home, and then he starts describing what Shimon and Levi did in Shechem, which happened after he was taken away, and then he describes the cribs that they had in the home of Yaakov, and the brothers never thought anything of it. Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky, commenting on the Khartoumim, on the magicians, he says, Hashem had to even the playing field. If there's going to be a Moshe who's able to perform plagues, as we see later on in Sefer Shmos, there has to be the ability of the Egyptians to do something to counter it in order for there to be proper faith in God, that God has power over these things. Similarly, Rav Neventhal points out that why did the brothers not notice that perhaps this was Yosef? How did he know that 12 people came in, or 10 people came in through 10 different gates, and he knew that they were brothers? How did he know all these things? Did he think it was a crystal ball? And Rav Neventhal says they should have realized, they're not idolaters, they should have realized that it was Yosef, but they were blocked because of their cognitive dissonance. So this idea of Khartoumim, of psychic issues, of these abilities in the world, black magic perhaps, is not so much, yes, we're not allowed to believe in them, but also for us to have faith in Hashem, despite the fact that these things might actually be in the world. Hope everybody has a beautiful Shabbos, a Shabbos that it testifies to the greatness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the world. That's really Zos Chanukah, the 8th day of Chanukah, is the 8th, the supernatural day, Lamala Min HaTeva, that we should go one step above. And even though Shabbos is day 7, that it's that day when we recognize HaKadosh Baruch Hu runs the world. Let's have a beautiful, beautiful Shabbos.